Hi, my name's Frank and this is my GTR powered Datsun 1200 Ute. The car is fully engineered, street legal. In the build, when we first started the build, always wanted to have that engineered street legal car, and it was a hard process, very long process and very expensive process. But we got it done in the end and that's the result. I really love the way it drives. It's so smooth, very quiet and drives like a dream. So my brother was into Falcons and modified, he painted it and put a set of wheels on it and exhaust, and we would go to car cruises and that's probably what started the modifying car scene for me. I was probably 12, 13, I would say, and we would just go for cruises and the hangouts on a Thursday night, which got me more excited than anything. I just liked the small car thing, so I would go for a cruise with my brother's Falcon and it just seemed very big to me, which it would be as a 12-year-old. But I liked the smaller miniature sort of a thing. And yeah, probably trying to be like my dad with a ute, because he's in construction, and that's probably where the ute thing came into it. So this is a VR38 from an R35 GTR that we sourced from ERS. As you can see, it fits quite well. Standard firewall, only the tunnel's been modified, but everything else is factory Datsun 1200. We've left the motor stock at this point for engineering purposes and emissions, but I really would like to put rods and pistons in it to try and get 1,000 plus. Aeromotive fuel pressure reg, mechanical fuel pressure reg, and a aeromotive fuel pump. With cooling, we're running a custom-made PWR radiator and a 16-inch 3000 CFM thermofan. The car can run on both fuel, 98 and E85. It's got a E-Flex sensor. We can run both fuels. With the engineering, we needed an extensive brake upgrade. So we've got R32 GTR discs and calipers fitted to the front. Real GTR enthusiasts would notice a couple of things missing, and that's because the turbo's in the back. So we decided to put the turbo in the back for engineering purposes. We needed to get a full turning circle without the exhaust running through the back. This was the best option for us at the time. For intercooling, we decided to go with a PWR water-to-air barrel intercooler, which is just under the battery here. At the moment, we're running 15 to 20 pounds of boost, and it makes 650 at the wheels. It's a really fun car to drive at that horsepower. A lot of questions have been asked about turbo lag, and a lot of comments on social media, people imagining how much lag we've got. I'm a drag racer, so the lag doesn't really affect me in this situation. So I used to have a Datsun 1200 Ute back in 2000, which I used to race, and I ended up selling that. 2015 came and I wanted to fix those problems that I had back then. Bit more money behind me, bit more mature, a lot more experience, and I bought another one. It was in perfect condition. The rear tray was like there'd never been a tool put in it. It was white in colour, hubcaps, all standard, and love at first sight. Second most talked about thing are these babies. Because we're running E85, we needed big capacity. I didn't want to run the normal aluminium fuel cell, so we decided to go with a barrel style fuel tank. one thing to another in my head while we were doing it. I just seen nitrous bottles. This is what we ended up with. And I'm genuinely surprised how many people think they're actually nitrous bottles. So at the moment we're running a Ours Race Glides Turbo 400, TCI converter, aluminium tail shaft, backed with a custom Ford 9-inch diff. 35 spline axles, wheelwood brakes, strange diff center. For street duties, we're running a 15x4 Alumistar, the GTR brakes and coilover suspension for the front. The rears, we've got 15x10s, Mickey Thompson tyres and wheelwood brakes for the back. The first conversion was 20B automatic transmission 9-inch diff, and drove it around and got a lot of attention, and it was good. It was as good as I expected it to be. And then we just started having like little problems here and there, and there were too many little problems that led up to me saying something's got to change. I had a conversation with the engineer, and he said at that point the 20B was considered a 3.9 litre. So he said to me, we can put anything 4 litres and under. Just to be crystal clear with the engineer, I said I can put a 2J or a Barra, and he said, yeah, but they probably won't fit. So you're probably better off going with a V6. And at that point there, the only V6 I could think of was a Commodore V6, which I was never gonna do. So a friend of mine, Ryan, we were having a chat at that point, and he said, why don't you put a VR38 in there? My response to him was, what's a VR38? And he said, it's a GTR, R35 GTR motor. I was like, well, how much is that gonna be? One thing to another, we found one, I made the measurements, and it fit. I thought it was gonna be painful, and the reality is it went in like butter. The conversion got done in 3 weeks, and everything, the sun and the moon lined up, and everything went in. A lot of hard work and a lot of effort, but nothing fought us along the way, where with the 20B, it was fighting us the whole way. So 3-week conversion from nothing in the engine bay to a VR38, it was the best thing. For engine management, we're running a Nexus R5, and it controls everything from the thermofan to traction control. We've got a keypad and an IC7 dash that gives us all the info we need while driving. A Momo steering wheel, and we've got a set of retrimmed Kirky seats that are really comfortable for street driving. Believe it or not, it's actually got a 6-point roll cage hidden under the hood lining, and we wanted to do that from the start. Every real street car needs a radio, so we decided to go with the Sony head unit and speakers to match. So the highlight for me so far was getting so much attention at the recent Street Outlaw vs Australia event, and Farm Truck and Asian coming over, and it was a pinch yourself moment, because we've been watching them on TV for so long, and all of a sudden we're there having a chat about it. The once in a lifetime opportunity for me, and we're about to stage the cars. I look over, see Farm Truck, Asian's about to bang the light, and it's just a wow moment. Can't believe it. So the plans are just to enjoy it. Like, with so much money poured into it, I need to get something back out of it. So now I'm doing all the, the morning coffee meetups, the cruises at night, a bit of street duties, and just enjoy it is the plan for the car right now.